What is it?
We need to hide. They don't seem like they're even looking for us. I mean, we're l'Cie and we're on the loose.
SciComm's keeping it all under wraps. They don't want their failure publicized. Better to lose us than lose their pride.
So the other soldiers don't know about us, right?
Right. They don't know anything about any fugitives.
Part 34 of many more to come. How many parts are going to be in this, you think?
Well, okay, see. You were on part 34 and on chapter 5. So you're doing about 10, or a little over 10 a chapter. So maybe about 150-ish.
Yeah, but don't forget, like, chapter 11 is going to be a lot.
That's what you have fast forwarding for.
Well, yeah, and the fact that I'm not going to be including all the grinding. Oh, yeah, and this is where the fast forwarding shit begins, because I went back, and this is where I grind in the same area. So I kept doing this for about an hour and 13 minutes, and I grinded through all this because I don't think you guys wanted to see me regurgitate the same stuff for an hour. So I'm fast forwarding it, and this is just me going at it. And my tactics for doing this is just using slash and burn with his Ravager Commando.
James, how about we do this? Okay, let's explain to everybody the roles of each, well, basically all the roles, because we really need to know this.
Okay. You want to do like half and half? I'll do half and you do half?
You do Commando through Commando, Medic, and Ravager, and I'll do Sentinel, Saboteur.
Because I think Sentinel, Saboteur, and Synergist are one of the more trickier ones.
Yes, I'll do those, you do the easy ones.
Okay, so the first one is Medic, which is extremely easy. Person heals your party, gives you health, and they can also take away poisons and stuff, and like if you're poisoned, you can cure that. It's kind of like Pokemon, kind of like, you know, potions and antidotes and shit. It's like that. So Medic heals your party, slashes, gets rid of buffs and shit. Commando is pretty much the iron fist of all the what are they called, paradigms or roles or whatever. Rolls, I guess. Commando, it's just all attack, and it's really good to keep the stagger gauge steady. Ravager is kind of the exact opposite. It is really powerful, but it's magic-based, so it helps build up the stagger meter, but if you keep using Ravager, the meter goes up higher, but it goes down really fast, so if you switch to Commando, you don't make the stagger gauge go up a lot at all, but it keeps it going down much slower. And you combine the two to stagger your enemy. And once your enemy is staggered, Ravager, if you keep using Ravager, it builds up the gauge. And the higher the gauge, the more damage you do. So if you get like the gauge to 99%, and if you go into Commando, you can completely destroy the enemy. So Commando is all attack based. And just brute force. Ravager is to mainly build up the gauge, and Medic is to heal your party.
Alright. Okay, let's do the whole set. We're going to start with Sentinel. Sentinel, all you need to know, it is the turtle of the group. It is built for defense, and only for defense. There are some counterattacks here and there, but the role of the Sentinel is to basically be the damage sponge of the group and stopping your other party members from being attacked while you dish out more damage. Like, you could use combinations like a Medic with a Sentinel and a Synergist, and I'll explain that later. Or you could use Combat Clinic, which is Medic, Sentinel. And
Great
that should
paradigm.
Be quite obvious.
Great paradigm.
Now, we're going to go with, let's see, how about Saboteur next? Yes, so we'll do Saboteur. You'll find out that Saboteur at the beginning of the game is not so good.
Because you have like nothing for it.
Whenever you first get it, it's not so good. But not really quoting anybody, but once you get to the end of the game, it becomes the world's biggest lifesaver you've ever seen. Alright, me and James beat a certain enemy in the game in under 4 minutes with that.
Love it. Love
Saboteur,
you.
it debuffs your enemy, gets rid of their physical defense, gets rid of magic defense, and makes them weaker to almost basically anything. It can also poison them. You can slow them down, slowing their ATP gauge, which I'm pretty sure James has explained that already.
You pretty much debuff your enemy.
And the Synergist is the exact opposite, where you buff yourself.
Yep,
You get
with like
physical defenses, magic defenses, strength, all that shit. So it's synergist. When you combine a synergist with a saboteur, and you buff yourself and debuff your enemy, and then you stagger it, you're guaranteed to win almost every single time.
And there's a cutscene right here. So really fast, I did not fast forward to the Crystarium because this is me fully leveled up. For me grinding for an hour, and yes, all that fast forwarding was like an hour. So here's the cutscene. We'll talk more about it after it.
I wonder how the others are doing.
Saz and Vanille? Who knows? Even if they got away, they'll get caught eventually. Then they'll have to choose. Resist, or surrender.
Surrender. Do you think he's still alive?
You mean Snow? He's too stubborn to die. And that's his best quality. He's arrogant and chummy from the get-go. He thinks he's everybody's pal. Never liked him much. He leads around a bunch of kids. Gang called Nora.
Where'd they get the name Nora?
It's a stupid acronym. Their little code stands for no obligations, rules, or authority. Must be nice.
It's irresponsible.
So Libra.
Yes, Libra.
It takes about one of those gauges, like I said before, and you can scan your enemy, and you can find out all of their weaknesses and what they're weak to, or what they're resistant to, or like what gives them health. Like if they're like I don't know, like some enemies absorb lightning, or like the upcoming boss coming up. I won't say what it is. I don't even know what the fucking name is, but sometimes that enemy can like absorb, or any enemy in general can absorb certain attacks and they gain health. So you want to use Libra to find out their weaknesses. That way you can counteract them. And I think if you don't use Libra, but if you like hit the enemy enough, do you find out its weaknesses and say like you fight an enemy but you don't Libra it, and you fight it and you find out all of its weaknesses and you kill it, and then you encounter another one, will it still be question mark at the beginning, or does all that stuff still stay there?
No. It'll stay there.
Okay.
The thing with Libra is that you want to always have a Libra on you. That way your allies will use the attacks it's weak against instead of what it absorbs.
And one way to actually get up the TP to use Libra is getting 5 stars. Those definitely build up your...
Here's something that you probably didn't know about 5 stars. The higher the stars you get, the better chance of obtaining rare items you get.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So that's what the star system is for.
It also gets you a nice nifty achievement towards the end of the game.
Yes, or trophy. You're playing on the PS3.
Yeah, trophy. What else? I was going to talk about one more thing. This video is actually going to end soon, believe it or not. But God, what was I going to say? I don't know. I forgot. But yeah, this is me saving, and this is actually where I stopped recording for the first segment because I captured it in 2 parts. And yeah, I stopped recording because I didn't want to go through the shit to having to like repeat what I lost, like the 20 minutes of footage I lost. I didn't want to repeat that, so I was being extremely cautious, and I stopped at like a minute and 30, or like an hour and 30 minutes of recording, and then I picked it up right here in a few seconds. So, being careful.
What you should have done is like when you lost your file or it stopped recording, you should have played through till you got to that point, and then once you beat it with that new file, you should have went back and reloaded your original file.
That's what I did.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
New video coming up next.